International midwife opportunities. Chai. Internationally trained midwife. What can Gloucestershire hospitals offer you? Hello guys, so if you're a midwife, I want you to come close. Can you see what I'm saying? Okay, I'm going to take you through the rundown so that if you're a midwife and you meet the criteria, you can start applying for job in Gloucestershire hospitals. Okay, so let's go through and then let's see what they are saying. Internationally trained midwife recruitment criteria. So that doesn't concern us. Let's keep that. It says if you are an international trained midwife under the terms of this collaborative, you will need proof of non-UK midwifery registration or qualification. So you should have a qualification that was not attained in the UK. So what this means is that if you are from Ghana and you're a midwife, if you are from Nigeria and you're a midwife, if you are from Zambia and you're a midwife, if you are from wherever, provided you didn't train in the UK, you qualify. Let's continue. You should have passed international English language test or midwifery training qualification in English. This is where the wahala day. The question is, if you want to apply, have you passed your English test? This is what I always advocate for. Opportunities come to those who are already prepared. Now just look at it. If you haven't written your IELTS, you don't qualify to apply for this job. You should have passed your NMC computer-based test, which is CBT. The second question I want to ask you is, have you passed your CBT as a midwife? If you haven't, then you're missing this opportunity. If, let's say, by God's grace, you're able to join the Gloucestershire midwifery department, you rotate at different departments. That is the delivery suite, maternity ward, triage, and then birth unit. You will work as a band 4 preceptorship midwife under clinical supervision, which in other terms is supernumerary, to achieve a good level of knowledge and clinical competencies, allowing a safe and then independent practice and the registration within NMC. So what they've said is that recruited internationally trained midwives work towards their NMC registration. So you should have passed your IELTS, you should have passed your CBT, and then be left with OSCE to write. So what would this trust do to help you pass your OSCE? You undertake a 12-week OSCE preparation program, which is run by the practice educators in Swindon, and also undertake a 12-week supervised clinical placement in local trust. Now, looking at the OSCE training programs, they've got something to say to you, especially if you miss the criteria and then you want to apply. Okay, don't be quick to apply. Just listen to everything I'm telling you so that you don't miss out on important information. Now let's move on. We're going to talk about the OSCE training programs and how they're going to organize that and then all those stuff. So it says that internationally trained midwives are provided with a competency booklet to guide them through their 12-week training. So that is the first thing you have. They will be working alongside clinical supervisors to help and support them with their clinical practice. So if you are coming in here and then you are scared, will I be able to fit in? Will I be able to work well? Will I be able to, all those stuff? Okay, it does happen. These are some of the support you get from the trust. It says that practice educators will be providing classroom-based teachings once a week in Swindon to prepare for their NMC OSCE, as well as support working clinically when able. The practice educators will arrange 2 weekly supportive reviews and organize any extra support if required. Now you may be asking, who is a practice educator? So in Gloucestershire Royal Hospital, what happened is that in Gloucestershire NHS Trust, what happened is that they've got a set of people who have been trained to train internationally trained midwives and then nurses towards getting their OSCE. So you don't have to worry about that. That will be sorted out provided you are willing to pass the OSCE once you get the necessary support, and then you'll be able to jump onto that. There's an important bit that I got to notice, and if you have stopped watching the video up to this point, you are going to miss it. What this means is that, should you apply, you won't be listened to. So if you are still here, then I think you're going to get that right. So it says National Midwifery Council registration for international midwives. That is not what we are concerned about. So let's move on and then come down here. So it says direct inquiries from international midwives. Let's read a bit more about that. Unfortunately, don't get panicked. Unfortunately, our international recruitment practice educators can no longer respond to direct enquiries regarding international recruitment. If you are interested in working for our trust, please apply via the following agencies. These are the agencies. So if you're an international midwife, please reach out to these agencies and say you're a midwife, you have your CBT, you have your IELTS, and then you are willing to join Gloucestershire, NHS Foundation Trust as a midwife. Then they'll take it out from there. The recruitment practice educators can no longer respond to queries. So if you should send an email to them, no one will hear you out. Okay, so contact our international recruitment practice educators. You've got their stars on here, but I think you can try. Possibly there's one interesting story that I would want to share with you. It's about Bernice. Bernice is a Ghanaian midwife currently working for the Gloucestershire midwifery department, and she shared a bit of a story on here I would want to read, and it's just to encourage any Ghanaian or any Nigerian or any anyone who is trained outside the UK as a midwife and willing to come in here. I think a story will go a long way to inspire you. So Bernice Olivia Boa, my band 5 journey as an international midwife. Okay, she's a Ghanaian and is currently working for the trust. So yeah, her story will inspire you. She says, "I miss Bernice Olivia Boa. I am married with a little daughter. My journey to the UK commenced when I decided to join my husband in London." So let's say you are in here, you're a midwife back in home country, but due to one or two reasons, you have the chance to join your family or something like that in the UK. Probably, I also advise I don't dump your midwifery skills. You can still continue. You can take it up from where you left off. Okay, and this is exactly what Bernice did. So I took my international English language test. So this is where probably most people get it all wrong. I think I always say that opportunities are always there, but it only meets those who are really prepared for it. So you could see that if you're a midwife and then you have the desire to practice in the UK and haven't written your IELTS and CBT, this opportunity will pass you by. I'm sorry. Okay, I mean, it's just to conscientize you that whatever you want to achieve, we see nothing do happen by like. Whatever you want to achieve, start working towards it. Start with one step at a time, and then you will definitely get there. Okay, so she had prepared her IELTS and then achieved the required band score. So she registered with the UK NMC. So I always advise that before you start with the registration with the UK NMC, your the important bits should have been achieved, which is writing your IELTS, because it takes people a lot of time to get their IELTS right. If you are lucky and then you get it once, then I mean, you are good to go, but people are writing and are not achieving the score they are looking out for. I wrote my computer-based test, which is the CBT, and passed. Good. I then created an account on Track Jobs, and I indeed started applying for preceptorship jobs. I got a job offer through an agency who collected all the required documents and booked an interview for me. I had an interview with practitioners from Great Western, Gloucestershire Hospitals, and Salisbury NHS Trust. After my interview, I received an offer letter from Salisbury NHS Trust and was waiting for my certificate of sponsorship to apply for my tier 2 visa. I got information from the agency that I would be stationed at Gloucester instead of Salisbury. I accepted it in good faith. I had my COS and applied for a visa. Upon receiving my visa, the agency booked and paid for my flight ticket and brought me to Gloucester. Interesting. When I got to Gloucester, I was given a temporary accommodation and later moved to my own rented accommodation. I was warmly welcomed by the recruitment team, Claire and then Dagmara. I was given orientation on the various midwifery units as well as some equipment being used in the hospital. I went for my induction program organized by the hospital. I went through 12 weeks of OSCE training conducted at Swindon with other midwives from Great Western and Salisbury NHS Trust. Alongside my OSCE training, I had supernumerary rotational shifts in the delivery suite, birth unit, maternity ward, triage and antenatal clinic. I received great support and love from every midwife I worked with. My practice educators, Dagmara and Millie, gave me massive support. After the 12 weeks of OSCE training at Swindon, Dagmara and Millie continuously organized OSCE training for me at Gloucester until I took my OSCE exams at Oxford Brookes. So the key point is the support she had with this team. After 5 months of training, I went for my OSCE exams and passed on the first attempt. I have finally received my PIN to work as a registered midwife in the UK. I really appreciate the good work, encouragement and support from my practice educators, Dagmara and Millie. I'm also grateful for the support received from all the shift in charges and other midwives I have worked with. Although there are many differences in the midwifery setting between my home country, which is Ghana, and the UK, they were all lovely, making me feel relaxed and teaching me where they needed to. As I am commencing my band 5 role, I am hopeful that with all the training I have received and the continuous support from other midwives, I will be able to work with the multidisciplinary team to provide effective and efficient antenatal, intrapartum, and postpartum care for service users and their families. This is the story of Bernice, a Ghanaian midwife who is currently working for the trust. So I believe that it has gone a long way to inspire you. If you're a midwife, I really understand the opportunities nowadays are scarce, but always make yourself ready for them, because for all you know, one may pop out at a point in time, just as you are saying. If this video has been very helpful, please don't forget to share, don't forget to like. And you may be asking, where do I get a link to apply? Even if I don't send you the link, what I want to say is that look at these agencies I mentioned. Okay, go to Google and then start looking out for them. Send in your application and say, I saw this job vacancy on here and I've been asked to send a message to you, this and this and this are my staff. Okay, and I'm going to refer you to a cover letter I made a video about some time ago. I would want you to put your message in that format. So when you go to my YouTube channel, just search for how to apply for UK nursing jobs via email. Okay, you'll get to that. So if today's your first time team and you don't know my YouTube channel, it's just go and search for that and put your message in that order to the agency. Include your midwifery qualification, include that you've written your IELTS, includes that possibly you've started the UK NMC registration, you have your CBT all done there and stuff, and I believe that I stand a chance. Hope to see you in Gloucester, and I hope to meet you one day.